Hey guys, what is up? That's not working. Let's turn that off. There you go. There's that. And there you go. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I am Mike Thompson. Welcome everyone to my stream on sculpting stuff. Brad Grotman, just here to see Olive. I don't know if she's going to be around today. What's happening, everybody? So if you are just joining me, you've never joined me before, I am an illustrator, mostly, and I sculpt stuff as well. I have a couple of sideshow sculpts under my belt, and some other stuff. But I use ZBrush a lot for my work, and so that's what I'll be showing you today. The name of the stream is Illustration by Way of Sculpture, and so we're going to be sculpting some stuff. If you see on my screen here, I have some Invincible reference because I am on my Invincible kick. Been doing a lot of sculpts lately, working on like a statue, actually a couple statues. So if I move this reference out of the way, over here, put this over here. And hello everyone. Hello everyone. The stream is starting awesome. Hey, great. Good to see you. Good enthusiasm. Thanks, man. So yeah, on my screen you see I have I started this Invincible here that I need to really get in detail some more. I have an Allen sculpt which I've really been going hard on. So let's switch to the only this here. Come on, get out of the way. This here and go to my ZBrush screen. Get out of here. Promo. All right. So yeah, on this guy, you can see that I have started to really get into texturing him, right? And his face, I just started getting that in order with some. Let me use my 3D mouse. Maybe I'll have better luck. Come on, baby. Don't do this to me right now. Fit. Front. Okay. Let's try it again. Take two. There you go. All right. So this isn't even the most recent one. I have one where all of the snake is done. Don't know why it's not done on here. But yeah, then I got his face here. That this is all poly paint and all done in ZBrush. If I turn off the textures, or turn off the color rather, you can see what I have going on here. So that being said, let me know if you guys can hear me okay, and if the music's not too loud, or if it is too loud. I have, if you haven't seen my stream in a while, I put above here a Linktree link for me. If you just type that into your browser, you will get all of my social media, everything, IG, Facebook, all that. I have a link to my anti-venom tutorial and link to Stylist League, which is a stream that I do with my buddy Bradley, where we sculpt stuff as well. All right. Now that's all done. So if I now go back to this Invincible one, all right, the frame here, and turn off Invincible himself, I'll have, I have this Reaniman here, which you can see. Turn off the boots too, right? So this is a guy, which in the comic, if you're not familiar with it, you should get this because it's dope. I went and bought all of these and they're really, really good. But he fights these guys. If you've seen on Amazon, he fights these guys called Reaniman, and they're basically like dead guys that they have repurposed into these, you know, soldiers or whatever. And there's a version of the there's a storyline. Spoiler alert, you guys, if you don't want to know what's going on in the book. Invincibles from other dimensions come and they fight them, and they get turned into these guys. So anyway, I took this guy and kind of sculpted him. Is local turned off? No, it is not turned off. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Anyway, I made this guy. I put in just enough detail to give to my buddy Brad, who said hello earlier. He's here for olive only. And Brad did me the courtesy of putting a rig into him in Maya, right? So now I don't ever work this way. I usually do everything in Transpose Master, but I want to do a bunch of guys who form the base of the invincible piece. They're kind of clawing up at him and jumping up at him, and that is going to be these Reanimen, right? So if you saw the little thumbnail, I know it's a lot of talking, you guys. I'll stop talking in a minute and start sculpting. But if you saw the thumbnail, you saw that one of the poses I have is this dude right here, right? He looks pretty gnarly. And this was done using Brad's rig. If we go over to, is it 20? Yeah, here it is right here, right? So I just kind of posed him here. I got not a whole lot of deformation on here and squishing, but I do need to now go into ZBrush and clean up some of the areas of the muscles that got stretched and squashed and stuff, right? If I spent more time on things like shape weights, I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but if I'm learning it too. If I spent more time with the weight painting and things like that, then I would get cleaner deformations than I am getting. So I did another one over here, this dude, right? And I sent him to ZBrush, and he now looks like this. So we're getting there. We are getting there. This is gonna be kind of cool, right? Still playing. It's gonna be pretty cool. Anyway, hey Mari Cat. Nice to hear you okay, and your work is amazing. Thanks, Mateus. Hello, Keo. Donnie Johnson says, hi Mike, can you post the jink for us? Which jink you talking about, homie? If you mean the link for any of my stuff, if you go above, linktree.com/MikeTArtworks. If you go to that, you will get a page that looks like this. And you can see I have my mentorship, Venom, Stylist League, all my personal YouTube, all my personal stuff. So if you were to click, say, on buy my anti-venom, it takes you right to here, add it to cart, keep it moving, right? So that's it. Very organized. I knew I'd get, it only took me like 70 streams to get organized, you guys. But now I am. So today what I thought I would do is kind of clean up some of the topology that got kind of messed up on this guy, and maybe do another pose or two. I have this amazing book. Hey, Masters of Anatomy. I love this book. If you don't buy anything else, buy this book. Oh wow, faces probably get a little more light. Hey, me, Cobra. Book, buy the book. But it's full of poses, like all kinds of dope poses in here. And that's all I'm doing. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. I couldn't make this stuff up. I'm not good like that. My buddy Brad is, but I'm not. But you can see, like, pose after pose after pose. So that's what I am drawing reference from for the dude. All right, back to this screen. Loud and clear, good. What's the gigs of RAM you were using for your PC? I got quite a bit of RAM in my PC. What is it, 128 gigs in here? Gigs, yeah. Let's see, cool superhero. Hey, Sammy. Is it worth it to buy a Space Mouse? Yeah, so I like my Space Mouse. I am just getting acclimated to it, right? So like, it's pretty sweet. I'm getting better, right? I can navigate pretty well on this thing. I can use it to like just show the front, right? If I wanted to do that, the top, right? Which is pretty sweet. And if you double click it, oh, no. If I was doing it right, if you double click it, it's supposed to give me the back. Anyway, I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, and then you can fit the model there. But it's got like a ton of buttons. It's pretty sweet. The guys at 3D Connection sent me this to demo, and I'm working on getting a video together for them. So that is it. We can't see the rig. Oh, you can see the rig? Sorry. Okay, here's the rig. So it started off, right? Like this. This is all Grotman style right here, right? So now I can go and grab any of these control points and do some nice posing, right? Pose that arm. Ah, look at that. All kinds of posing action. And then I set it up so this is like the jumping man, right? And I have one where the fists are closed. And then we have this dude here, right? So it's, this is pretty cool because I'm going to do like 5 or 6 of these guys. And I want to be, yeah, the rig is low poly. Yeah. So, I want to be able to do these poses. Did the music go off? No. I want to be able to do these poses and then bounce back into ZBrush and turn them into the base for my Invincible here. They're going to be all trying to like pull him out of the sky, right? So if I were to, the only thing about it that I'm not looking forward to is I got a lot of parts for these guys, and getting them all into this folder with him is going to be, it's going to be a lot, but I can do it. Believe in myself. All right, so as you can see right now, I've gone in and just started to clean up some of the topo on the dude. Not topo, sorry, the sculpting on the guy. I turn off my colors and solo out his body. You can see I'm just going in and fixing stuff that got pretty smushed. So that's what I'm doing. Need to rig more. Only 70. What a legend. So, yeah, I know, right? How's it called again? This one, Skip Cabs Day. Yeah, so this is Mark, right? Like if you want a diesel dude, you go over to this guy. This guy is Diesel, right? He didn't skip any damn days. He was there. He showed up. If I move my base, you can see a little better. Yeah, so oh, come on. Yeah. So, and you can see I started doing like some hard surfacey kind of shoes for him. I need to do that for his gloves still. They are not done, but they will kind of feel like this. And then it will all be, it's all going to be printed. I'm going to print it on this bad boy behind me. I have a Anycubic right there. It's a Photon Mono X, and I have a couple wash and cures as well. So anyway, that's the name of that game. Right, let's make sure I didn't miss anything here. When you transfer, then you transfer back to, yeah, so I'll show you how I do this actually, because it's actually kind of cool. So what I have done is, let's open up code. I think to rig, Brad, good. Is this it? Open. Yeah, all right, so here's my guy. Right, and I have, you can see I made textures for him because what I did was I have all the different suits that if I go in and grab like his body here and go to my texture map, I have UVs for him rather, sorry. So if I go to my texture map and I import, if I import one of my suits, let's say classic suit, right? Wait, does this guy not have the UVs? Wait a minute, skip, is this not the right one? Solo. Ah, got the wrong thing, sorry. It's this thing. Body. All right. Right, so now I have just this UV checker. If I turn this off and I go, it's already on, but if I go import and let's maybe select a different suit, you can see this one has like the yellow legs. If I click on this one that I made, there you go. Now that's done. So now when I pose him, I don't have to worry about going and doing all this again. So the way that I got this was I had my original guy and I poly painted all of this texture on him. Right, let's load another suit, maybe a dark one. Let's say 3 maybe? No. 4. Yeah, so what I did was I just poly painted the guy, right? I already had UVs for him. And then I went to poly paint, poly paint, and I said poly paint from texture. And what it did was the texture that's applied here, and went ahead and made that into a, it made it into the actual suit. All right, so if I go now to my texture and I turn it off, this is now my poly paint, right? So just trying to work a little smarter and not harder on this thing. All right, all right, all right. What did I miss? Hey, love you, superhero. Thanks, man. Was about to watch the X-Men cartoon and thought I was streaming. Nice. Well, listen, I wouldn't have been mad if you watched X-Men instead of watching me, because I love the X-Men cartoon. Can't wait for the new one. You can program the shortcuts into the space mouse. Yeah, totally, absolutely. Yes, you can. What's the poly count for the rigged model? So for this body right here, if I go all low, this is kind of what it looks like, but the total polygons for him, so this is what I'm sending to Maya. It's 4,556 points, right? And then when I bring it back in, it will automatically project, because I saved the names the same. I can just show you, right? Let's just show you. So now I have this guy in this pose. What I'll do is I will go to my, let's make a layer so I don't mess it up actually. Go to my layers, I'll make a new layer. Oh, I gotta be at the highest subd level. So let's step up. Turn off the poly paint, or what's it called? The polyfill polygons or whatever. All right, let's make a new layer. All right, now that's a static, just static pose. I'll make a new layer. And now if I go back down to my lowest subdivision levels and I go to import and I go to ZBrush posed, I have 2 poses done so far. If I go to this guy and I go to body and hit OK, look at that. Now I have the body there. Now I lost my poly paint, but that's okay, right? So let's say I like this and I want to keep it. Now I would do that for all the subtools, right? And if I step back up to the high subdivision level and I go to my texture map and I turn on the body again, let's go back to the body, whip, Photoshop, textures, let's say it's 5. All right, there's the thing, there's the body, and there's the color. So now what I would do is I would say new from poly paint, and it will bake that color onto my guy, and I'm good to go. Right. So then I would just do that for all of the groups. So I'll just show you another one. Right. Let's maybe take the I don't know what happened to his gums. His gums are missing. Subtool. It's weird where the gums, I don't even know. But let's say I wanted to now get those gums in his mouth. I would go import. Go to this. Pose 1, gums. Say okay. Gums missing? I don't know where my gums. All right, maybe the gums just disappeared. I don't know what happened to them. Let's do it for the helmet. Helmet, import. Helmet. Okay. All right, so now my helmet's where I want it to be. And all of these pieces, because they're coming from Maya and they all have the same names, they're all going to be in the right place. So when it's done, it's going to look like this guy. All right, and then I just put my color back on. It's done. So that's it. When you transfer back to ZBrush, they all have subdivision. Yeah, because what happens is I already have the parts in here that have the subdivisions, and I'm maintaining the same name. So as long as I'm at my lowest subdivision level and I bring that in from Maya, it will keep those sub-Ds and bring them back up when I divide. Not divide, but I step up in my subdivisions. Pose is unreal. You have a high body. You paint them. I'm gonna paint them. Yeah. How many models do you want rigged? Exactly. So listen, all of them is the correct answer. Well, so anybody that knows me knows that the reason that I lean so hard into Transpose Master is because I got into a friendly wager with my friend Brad, who's an animator, who told me that he had a hard time getting dynamic poses with Transpose Master. So I did this with Transpose Master, and pretty much everything else I use Transpose Master. However, I got to do a lot of guys, so it didn't make sense to do that over and over again, especially for fingers. I mean, if no other reason, I got to do these hand poses, and some have different fingers, and he has a nice rig for the hand, so why not use it? Let's see. You ever got issues with intersecting topology while 3D printing? Like artifacts inside the model killing it. While 3D printing? No, because what I'll do is I will usually do live booleans and make sure that there is nothing on the interior. I'll auto group, and that usually splits off the interior if there's any, intersecting points, and I delete those. And then I use Decimation Master. So I haven't gotten that issue. How much does a 3D print in material cost? I mean, I don't know. It depends. If you have a hollow model, not a lot. If you have a solid one and it's substantial, big size, and when I say solid, I mean a lot of infill, it can be more expensive. So with these guys, because they're the base, I'll probably make them solid. And then for Invincible himself, because he's in the air and I want him to not kind of snap off or anything, I'll probably make him hollow. That looks half real. You could do skin color right. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Hello from Costa Rica. I was watching your old Black Panther stream just now. Nice. That was a fun one. How's your mouse working with you? Mouse? You talking about the 3D mouse? It's working great when I remember to use it. So this is my problem with not only the 3D mouse, but all of my peripherals. I have Wacom, these Wacom pucks. I have all these different peripherals. The problem is my hand is on the keyboard. I need to program all of my stuff, the hotkeys, into the device and use it long enough to remember where everything is, right? It's like for me switching between PlayStation and Xbox. I get confused as to what's doing what. So there you have it. Okay, I will, for this guy, I'm going to turn off his chest piece. I don't want that on. Continue. Did the music stop? No, it's on. And continue to kind of fix these areas that got a little wonky in his neck. So as you can see, I have some nice reference for surly, like old guys. Clint Eastwood, I'm looking at you. Like mad young guys and just really freaky looking weird dudes. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sorry. I take that back. Freaky looking weird dude. I don't know what happened to my gums. My gums are missing. Oh, I have them set to, the Boolean was set to the wrong thing. They're not missing. Chest piece. I do want the bolts from here. Where are the bolts? There. Turn those on. It's up to the face. Go back down to the chest piece and turn that off. Okay, all right. And what I find is I usually do better turning off the color and sculpting, and then I just bring it back. Let's turn up my light a little bit and switch to my, switch to my startup material. Let's get the light a little brighter. See what I'm doing? Hey, Santiago, doing well. Thank you. How do you get the details back when you subdivide again, or do you have to sculpt them? No. So it keeps my higher subdivision levels, and then when I step up on them, it keeps the details for the most part. Now, the reason that I did not spend an awful lot of time like really dialing in the musculature on this guy is the same reason I don't do it for pre-transpose master sculpts, because by and large, things are going to get really stretched out and for the most part kind of wonky, right? Like I think if I go back to my original body here, solo him out, turn off the, right? Like it's suspect in a lot of places. It got really kind of mushy, and like the neck muscles are crazy. His head is stretched out. Like, so it does a good job of getting me most of the way there, right? And then once I'm most of the way there, I just start sculpting and fixing things, which is what I'm doing now, like just quickly going in. And I think I only spent maybe like 5 minutes going in and trying to fix this. So now I'll continue to refine it. And you know, I have my lower sub D levels, or I thought I did. Did I? I got rid of those because I'm using Sculptors Pro actually. So actually what I would do now that this is most of the way there is I'll probably retopo this and then continue to sculpt. See, like under his arm got crazy. Let's go here and look at this. I probably want to pinch that together. But before I do, maybe I should, let's see. Yeah, I want to split that arm off first because it'll be harder to polygroup if I don't. And in some areas it's like really close. So what I can do here is use my gizmo to kind of drag, see how it will get. Sometimes it has to be in just the right place. Let's try it again. Oops, do gizmo. By click and drag, see how I can get the arm, but not that chest piece. So that's good, right? It's not perfect all the way around, but that's okay because that made my life a lot easier here. Now I can go and grab this part. Hopefully it didn't penetrate. Did it? It kind of did. All right, so maybe I'll do it from this side like this. All right, I just want to have the arm and not the chest. And then when I retopo, it's going to be easier. I think I've shown this before, actually, this process. Showed this process before, rightly, actually. All right, so now I can split the arm off, and I can inflate it later and fix the lats that got kind of distorted there. All right, same deal over here. Let's see, let's try it. It's easier to see when I have it kind of soloed out. I'll probably just do this by hand, actually. All right, so I think that'll work. Okay, well, almost. All right, and sometimes I get a little bit of, you know, like a part I don't want here, so I can just easily go through and fix these by masking and changing them to something else. Right. What I'm going to do, because people like to see things in more of a finished state, is I'm going to bring up my other dude and just do a screen cap of him. More exciting to have something on there that looks done. Maybe let's do a render, and then I'll just save it. Let's get on. It's a little more scary. Ah! All right, let's see what I missed. How did you UV unwrap? The same way I'm making these poly groups. Once the poly groups are done, I usually do a, wow, that was fast. Let me save this real quick, hold on. Layer, bake, create, T, bring this guy over here. Go back to my other dude. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna save this guy. As reanimate and pose to yes. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, what I ML, I'm here now, Mike. Mike, what's up? That's my partner Bradley from Stylus League. Yeah, so then what I'll do is I'll take these poly groups and I'll go and UV by poly group. So I need to do all that at some point. Especially now that I messed up the body on this guy by using Sculptors Pro. So when I use Sculptors Pro, it helped me fix poles and things that I was having issues with and fix topology that got a little wonky. However, I lost my Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that motorcycle outside. That guy's obnoxious. But I lost all my UV, so I'll have to make him again. Right. So that's the name of that too. Let's see what I missed. Yeah, totally. Yeah, the muscles will contract and kind of stretch. If he forgets, ask on Friday. I'll pull him up. What did I miss from Ram? Ram, you had a question I missed? Sorry. Hey, Mike. Hey, chat. What's up, Attentive Slug? Still don't know how to do a remesh when you stop using the Dynamesh. I'll show you, Keo. No problem. What's the best way to sculpt posed hands? With patience is the best way, because you got to do every finger one at a time. One at a time. Love the arms. Really makes the lines of the shoulders down to the face. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you. All right. So let's look at yeah, that's the thing. The hands, I got my pose. Let's solo it out. And it's much less tedious to do this than in a rig than it is to do it finger at a time in Transpose Master, and then do a new pose and do it a finger at a time. However, what happens is, because of the way that the rig is set up, I would need to really spend time in there to make sure that the parts I don't want to bend, like the actual phalanges themselves, don't bend, right? The joint bends. So I'd have to go in and paint some, do some weight painting to fix that. All that being said, if I had groups now, which I don't, sculpting fingers without groups is really hard. That's a problem. So when I change this to a Dynamesh, not Dynamesh, when oh, you know what I can do? Hold up. Take it back. Take it back. I have a version of this before I used Sculptors Pro. I'll go to that version and I will hopefully be able to fix this. Not this one. Did I save over it? That would suck. Oh, but you know what? I know what I can do. I can just bring my rig back in. Bring my rig back in. Let's go back to... Which one was it? Let's go back to this guy. Undo that. Frame. Go back to his body. And I'll undo this. Okay. And now what I can do is I can... He should still have groups. Let's turn off the texture so we can see it. Texture map, turn that off. Okay, good. So he has groups in the fingers. See, that's why I did that. Now I can make a copy of him. Let's clone him. Okay, I'll turn off the poly paint, and now I will import the body for that pose, pose 2. Body, open, frame. Ah, lost my poly. Oh, you know what I can do though? Let's do this. Frame. I will poly paint from poly groups. Then I'll just switch it back, right? Problem solving, you guys. So poly paint from poly groups. Okay. Now we're doing things, right? So now I have that as the groups are poly paint. Now I can go down to the lowest subd level and import the body. Oh, you suck. Okay, wait. I know what I'm gonna do. I know how to do this. I'm gonna get it. Make a layer at the highest subd level. Okay. Now I have him in a static pose. I'll make a new layer. I will import the pose. Okay, go back up to the highest subd level. I'll stop recording and go back to my original joint. And turn on my poly paint. Okay, we're gonna get this. Now I'll go to poly groups from poly paint. Okay, subtools. Did it do it? Sweet. All right, so the colors are weird, but it made poly groups for all the poly paint. Now I go back to, this is a lot of back and forth, man. But now I go back to my layers and I turn on my pose. Haha, now I have hand pose, fingers, finger poses. So the reason that I need to do all this, now my body, you can see the body got real weird, right? That's not what bodies do, mostly. However, what I can do now is I can transfer these poly groups to my other one as poly paint and then do it again, and then I can separate the fingers and I can sculpt. That's a lot of words, man. All right. Yeah, so the rig in Maya was this. This is the rig in Maya. And here he is in the relaxed state, right? So I just go in and I pose him up in different stuff, different poses, and then I export him out. And this rig is by my friend Brad Groban, actually. He has a dope tutorial if you guys want to learn how to rig. He breaks it down, makes it very, very easy. If you tune into Stylist League, we promote it there. I don't have a link right now, but if you hit me on my link tree, I'll give you the info for Brad, and you can get that rig. Or it's not the rig you're getting. You're learning how to rig. He's teaching you how to fish, you guys. All right. So now, if I were to, let's just see something. I wonder if I can step down on this. I wonder if I go to this body. We're going to do an experiment. I'm going to see if I can get this mass. Oh no, I rotated it. Forget it. I rotated it. All bets are off. Everything is wrong now. I rotated the body. So I'll have to redo all these fingers. But good news is it's not a whole lot of work because they're already posed. They look crappy. In the time I explained that, I probably just could have fixed it. So. And this is all I'm doing for the body, right? It's just going in and pulling and pushing polys here and sculpting in areas that need to be fixed. If you guys like this, like what I'm doing here, and you want to see the whole process, the very beginning to the end, I have an anti-venom tutorial that is, if you click on the link above my link tree, you can see it. And basically takes you from this really kind of soft pose into a whole lot of detail, right? All the arm detail and everything is there. Like, I go through all the parts and the anatomy one at a time. And so that's the deal. Buy my book. Get out of here, draw size. So I won't spend a whole lot of time on this. I just want to get these knuckles kind of back to where they should be. And he's supposed to be like a zombie-ish kind of character, right? So I want rigor mortis to have set in, and I want these knuckles to be kind of gnarly and inflated. Really wish I could separate the fingers. Let me try something here. Now that I've used Sculptors Pro, it makes it even more difficult because I have topology that's not even. So, not great. This is easy enough to fix though. I'm bugging. Let's just hide some of it and sculpt on the inside parts here. Can I shrink this? Nope. Also, this guy has a lot of topology now. Like he's got a lot of points, so it would be easier if I hide some of this while I'm using Sculptors Pro and Sculpt. All right, let's see what I missed. Yeah, the low, the poly count on the low mesh was 4556. Oh, Ram wanted to see the thing in, okay, in Maya. The anatomy book's title is Masters of Anatomy. And this is the compilation, so I have quite a few of these books in here. They usually come in, you know, there's females, fighting poses, males, blah, blah, blah. But this has, I think, like 5 books in it. And they're actually coming out with a new one. But if you go to just Google Masters of Anatomy, and it's fantastic. It's got, you know, artists like J. Scott Campbell and, you know, Creature Box has got stuff in here. Andy Park. They all do their versions of these poses, and then they have like static poses that, you know, you see the photo and then you see the version by the artist. This is actually Adam Hughes, a favorite of mine. I love Adam Hughes. Comic artist. So that is what's going on with that. Don't crash, please. So tell me what you guys like better, right? Like if I use the Cintiq screen, I get this weird barcode looking cursor. If I use my ZBrush screen, I don't get that. However, you can't see my pure ref. So tell me what you would rather see. Do you mind the barcode? Does it bother you? If it does, I'll just work in the ZBrush screen and you won't see my pure ref. I like to give options here. When I retopo, I have a feeling this hand is going to be a mess because I'm going to not be able to polygroup this thing now because it merged into the hand when I did a thing, a live boolean. It's supposed to make life easier, and I did it the way that made life harder. What I should do is do a new pose in Maya, bring a new thing over here, and start from scratch. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I could totally do that. It's not all ZBrush, but you get to see a different way of working and a way that you can use the two applications together, which is more than likely how a lot of people do it. My friend Bradley, who I stream with on Stylus League, is he works with Bungie, and you know, that's kind of the way that that studio, in addition to, you know, most game studios work. They get the model from ZBrush, you know, throw a rig on it, pose it, and work that way. So, man, oh man, having a hard time with this. Yeah, I don't want to do this hand right now. I'll figure it out later. Ugh. You know what I might even do? This is dumb. Why am I doing it this way? I know what I could do. This is really stupid doing it this way. What I can do is I can take this hand over here that does have topology, split it away from the body. Then I can make the poly groups and I can put it all back together again. Easy. Let's see what I missed. You're dizzy. Would you use the poly groups in the weight painting? Poly groups for weight painting in the rig. Hey Ram, I don't know. That's a good question. If Brad Grotman is still in here, can you answer that? If not, I'll ask him tomorrow. Thanks, Cadman. I don't mind the barcode. Cintiq. Okay. Cintiq it is. The people have spoken. Yeah, just Google Masters of Anatomy. I got mine from Gumroad? Gumroad? No, Kickstarter. I got mine from Kickstarter, but now it's out, so you can buy it directly from somebody. Do the Maya thing, man. All right. Shout out to Mike and stuff. Hey, thanks, Happy Extruder. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys like this kind of stuff and you want to see more ZBrush in addition to other things, and really awesome guests, we've had some amazing guests. Shane Olson has been on. We've had Eric Sosa talking about collectible sculpting. We've got, you know, Ashley Adams has been on, and now we have Anna Carolina. In addition to like more guys, we've had a bunch of other guys, and we're going to continue to have awesome guests. You know, we usually tell who's coming on, but usually tell that on the Stylus League. Yeah, tune in to Stylus League to find out who else is coming. We got two new guests that are going to be dope that are joining us very soon. Yeah, if you want to see this and Substance Painter and Maya, and you have rigging questions, join us on Friday nights, for real, right? And if you click on my link tree above, there's a link that takes you right to the Stylus League page. And you join our YouTube and our Discord. We have contests on Discord. We had a winner. Bradley gave away a $150 tour box. $175 tour box, sorry. So we're doing big things over there. Join us, please. All right, what did I say I was going to do? I said I was going to split the hands off and do this all the right way. Where's the one? There's body. Okay, here's the one with the hands. All right, cool. So this has poly groups. It has the hands. I just want the hands. So let's get rid of everything else. I don't know why these, so weird. So weird what it did with these poly groups, but it's okay. Oh, really? Don't do that. All right, I have that hand. I don't even know what happened with these poly groups. This is so weird. but at least the fingers aren't merged into the body. So that's okay. All right, so I will now make a copy of this, or duplicate this rather. I'm going to step up to the highest subdivision level. Delete lower and close holes. Oh, it's got layers. Let's delete the layer. Bake all, and it is at the highest, isn't it? Undo. Bake all. Oh, it's partially hidden. That's what it is. All right, bake all. Delete that. I don't want that. Delete hidden. Delete lower. Delete it. Okay. All right, and now what I can do is I can ZRemesh. These poly groups are not, I don't know what happened here. This is not good. But let's just make some more. ZRemesh this thing. So weird. Auto groups. Maybe auto groups will help. Let's do that. Auto groups. Where the heck is my auto groups? Edge loop group. Poly group. I'm missing. So weird. Some weird stuff going on here. Config, restore, custom UI. Oh. George is getting upset. Frame mesh. One of the polygons. All right. One of the things I use all the time is missing. So I have to now. There it is. Ah, you suck. I do that. Auto. There you go. That's what I wanted. Right? Yeah. And now, let's do this. Hide this one. Auto groups. I don't know why I did this weird poly grouping, but it's not great. Like, it didn't even split the groups where I had them originally. But anyway, it is what it is. Do the Maya thing. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing the Maya thing. Just shoot. Just shout out to, oh, I did that one already. Shooter. Gee. Yeah. Well. Invite Daniel Bell. Yeah, totally. The only problem about getting Daniel Bell on is I believe he streams for himself on Friday nights. So we might not be able to get him, but I would love to get him, like, for real. Everybody knows I'm a fan of Daniel Bell. Oops, let's cut off Sculptris Pro. Get rid of that problem there. So weird. This tear here, like that would just confuse the... It would confuse ZRemesher. I don't know why it's doing what it did here, or why it did what it did, but I don't like it. Tab. Where is my super suit? Let's fix this part. And like this twist that happened here, I was able to like get the hands kind of where I wanted them, but I had to do like some extra in Maya that I shouldn't have done. And that's why I got that twist, right? Brad didn't set the rig up to do that. That was me not waiting until I got to ZBrush to just do the thing that would have been easier to do in ZBrush. Come on. There's that. That's kind of right, but not really. This is not. Right. Ram, I'm gonna get to Maya. I believe me. Believe me. Just hold on a sec. All right, so there's that hand. Now let's fix this hand. Let's hide that. This is all crazy. Come on. Please, 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 when the next version of ZBrush comes out, nobody wants this feature. I'm sorry. I love this program. I hate that feature. I just want to be able to isolate without switching to my select rect. Most of the time I can. Sometimes I can't. I get a poly loop. I don't know why. I don't know why I would want that. All right. Sorry, I'm done, guys. I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't cool. Okay, almost done. One more finger. The thumb is almost there. Just wanted to split on the actual bend of the finger and not somewhere else. See, I got that. I don't want that. All right, cool. Okay, fingers for the most part are ready to be remeshed. So now let's close the holes. Okay. Oops. Make sure that I don't have these greens look similar. I just want to make sure I don't have two things here. I don't. Okay. All right, cool. So now I can take these hands. I'm going to do a history save state by just pressing Control or Command and clicking on the slider there. And now I will ZRemesh this deal. All right. So when this is done, the good thing about this is I can use these hands for any other ones that might get kind of messed up going between the two applications. Like stretchy or whatever, I can just copy and paste, cut and paste from one to another. I don't talk good, everyone. Sorry. Let's actually put this together. Every once in a while, ZBrush will give you like these rogue polygons. Like this blue one it just made for the heck of it. And that can mess up your retopo when you're using the the ZRemesh. So I just look to make sure I don't have any of those anywhere else. Smoothing usually helps. Right, I have this weird pole there. When I get kind of odd areas that I don't want, switching to Sculptors Pro and smoothing those, it kind of makes life easier for ZBrush as well, so it doesn't have to calculate what's going on there. All right, so now I will project the history to get the detail, and I will do half again. Maybe I'll turn up smooth a little bit this time. Do it. Yeah, these are characters from Invincible. All right, cool. So this is looking much better, actually. I like that. Let's see if I can get one more half out of this in case I need to do any more like transposing. Let's try again. Project history, ZRemesh half. And I have my keep groups and detect edges on. All right, so that's okay. I'm gonna turn off half and try, let's try 10. Oops, let's try 10. And ZRemesh, turn off smooth. That's better. This is what I wanted, something a little more chunky, right? Now I can project my history. Oh, it's only doing the color. Let's do the geometry as well. That should give me my details. Now, if I had anything worth saving, I would divide and project the details back, like if I had this guy over here. But being that this is not really anything to get excited about, I'm going to just work from here. I don't really need to project any more details here. Now I can fix those gaps in the fingers. Because I'm 3D printing this, ideally I want these gaps to be gone. So even if I go a little further than I need to and close these holes, like when I was doing the Darth Maul and Ahsoka for Sideshow, I couldn't have any gaps in the fingers, so I had to close these areas in between the fingers. Right, so just, oh no, make sure Sculptors Pro is turned off. I don't want to lose what I just did. All right, just kind of get that there. That's cool. Nobody's going to see the other fingers really. So if I wanted to completely close those up, which I'm going to, like I'll just inflate the insides, nobody's ever going to see that there aren't the proper gaps in between the fingers that you get. Just found out my chair. Wait, I just found out my chair armrest? What you talking about, my friend? Oh, I have touch turned on. Ah, I don't want touch turned on. Let's turn that off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Yes. Turn it off. There it is. All right, so now I can go back and continue to get this. RAM, I didn't forget about you. And the reason why, if we go back to my Allen sculpt, the reason why things are so, you know, clean on here is because I work super duper low for the longest amount of time, right? So like if I were to zoom in, let's zoom in a little bit. Right, now if I turn off my, let's turn off the color. Yeah, so by keeping all of these subtools so that I can turn them down super low, like let's look at the chest piece. Watch this be the one that I don't have. No, I do have subdivisions on there. All right, so if I turn off my surface noise, and then I step down. Well, this is not the lowest one. All right, because I didn't really care, this wasn't going to deform anymore, I didn't do that super low. Bad thing to have an example on. Let's do the head. Let's go and do the head, shall we? Oh, that's, okay, I see what that is. All right, so if I have the head and I step down, see, I got it as low as I could without being able to, without losing, you know, the detail in the ear and things like that. It could have been lower, but I didn't really need it to be much lower than that. I'm not texturing that with anything, so you know, I sculpted in those poor details. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Turn everything back on. Turn that back on. That off. Turn that off. There you go. All right. So anyway, that's what that was about. I don't like this song. I really don't like that song. Sorry. It's annoying, and I don't know. I never just delete it. I should just delete it. But I don't. All right, so now I would, you know, step up a little bit, start to sculpt some more. All right, but I'm not going to do hands in here. Like I feel like I'm always doing hands when I'm in here for some reason. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you something else. Okay. So that being said, let's move this guy out of the way. Let's go back to Maya for a minute. I'm going to get one of these poses that I want to do. I had this one in mind that was really, oh man, I went right to the page. Nice. All right. So I want to do kind of a flying pose where he's about to like wreck shop. So let's do that, and then I'll hop back into ZBrush and I'll show you how I get the details back in. Now, granted, much like anything else, it looks bad until it doesn't, so just bear with me for a second here. Right, I'm just grabbing the control points and moving them where I want them. And then I can rotate the foot back. Actually, it's supposed to be like that. So the way that Brad has it set up, all of the leg control is coming from the foot. So I just want to make sure that I am doing the right thing here. And there's a bit of a tweak in the hip as well. Oh. He has Oh, not that. Not that either. Okay. Just so you know, I'm not a rigger. I transpose. I'm a transposer. Hey, thanks for the follow, whoever just followed me. Something brown, thank you. What's that? All right, and the reason that it does that weird kind of thing with the body getting soft is there's like this delta mush that's turned on. Let me turn that off. Set that to 0 for now. All right. I'm not going to be doing an awful lot of movement in this one, so it's okay. Right. So if anyone from ZBrush or Pixelogic or Maxon is tuning in now and like, what is Mike doing? Don't worry, I'm going to go back to ZBrush. Totally going back to ZBrush in a minute. I just wanted to throw a quick pose on this guy and then bring it back. Bring it back. It keeps doing this thing where the body... Oh, I guess I got to select the body and it comes back. Do I want this to rotate? Yes, that rotates a little bit. And his shoulders are going to be going up. So let's grab both of these shoulders and bring them up some. Oh, come on, stop it. And he's doing a shrug deal. So I want to do that again. It's hard to see what's happening when it mushes them together like that. And I believe that they're kind of coming in too. Maybe not that much. That's crazy what I just did. That's crazy. All right, that's what I wanted to do. All right, so there's that guy. The hands, I should have used one where the hands were... I'm messing up all the way around. I'm on my relax pose, which I wasn't supposed to touch. That wasn't what I meant to do. But now if I select all these fingers and I just... I think it's middle mouse drag. Is it middle mouse drag? Right. No. Crap. All right. Select these. And select these. And I thought it was middle mouse drag. It's not doing it. All right. You can tell I'm not good at anything other than ZBrush. Right click drag? No. Left click drag? No. All right, sorry. No. I always do my poses in ZBrush. I will take this back into ZBrush. I just wanted to show you guys something different. So don't worry about it. I don't know why it's not doing, it should be right or middle mouse. It should be doing this, but it's not. All right, so anyway, let's just say that this is what I wanted. In fact, because I have those fists from the other one, I'm just gonna get the arms right. And I'll go back to ZBrush and I'll show you how I brought in those, how I brought in the, what's it called? The OBJs and got my detail back. Right. There's a bit of a twist going on here on his arm. On both sides. Both sides. And then it rotates in a little bit from here. Rotate that in and in. Kind of like that, right? Now this doesn't really look all that good right now, but let's open his mouth some. And rotate this part back a little bit. This part back a little bit. And he's flying, so if I grab this foot and rotate it down a little bit and move it back some, it should be where I want it to be. That. All right, cool. So now let's say I like this, right? And I want to take it into ZBrush. What I can do is I can take, I'm not going to do all the parts because it would take too long, but I am going to grab his body here and I'll say File, Export, Selection. I would call this Pose 3. Let's make a new folder. Okay. And then it has to be named what it's named in ZBrush. So I know that this is called body. It's body, right? And then I can grab the boots, and export those and call those boots. Okay. And the knee pads are called knee pads. All right, so now let's say I went through and did it for all of the subtools. I'm not going to, but I would. Then I can come back over here, grab this dude. I would save this. Let's turn off the color and turn these lights down. For some reason, they're like super bright. Okay. So now I would save this whole tool that has all of my names and everything in here. This should be called body, rename. Okay. Save this as pose 3. Pose 3, and I think I have them inside of the posed files. Pose 3. Okay, save. All right, so now I can just go and with it all low, I can go to my import, and I'm already in the pose 3 file. Just grab body and open. And there's the pose, right? Pose is nothing to look at. I'll take it into Transpose Master and like really give it some love. But I just wanted to show you how I got the other parts. So let's do the same thing with the boots. I think they're already at their lowest. Import, boots, open. The mesh is changed. Oh, this is the one. No to delete high resolution details. All right. I did change the boots at one point, so I'm gonna say no, frame. And yeah, see, that's a problem. All right. See, this is why you don't show people how to do stuff that you haven't like done a million times. It does work though. It worked on this guy and it worked on this guy. So I guarantee you it does work. It's just that it's not working now because I'm doing it live. IR said, what's up? Hey, man. Oh, man, I missed a lot of stuff. Sorry. Why do you split the finger segments into different polygroups? Because I wanted to ZRemesh it. ZRemesh it. It's passion. Does sharpening the mask help some avoid errors of polygroups? Does not matter. It depends. It depends. Like if you really want to maintain, rather than, I learned this from Daniel Bell actually, rather than sharpening the mask, let's say for this guy, I wanted to have a poly group that really follows his pecs closely. What I could do is I could kind of draw it out. Like this, right? Now let's say that I wanted this chest and his back to be a group for some reason, right? Maybe it breaks like right on his shoulder muscles here. I mean, his back muscles. Okay, something like that. What I could do now is I can group it. Okay, and this is a kind of a high poly, so it's not that bad. It's not too stair-steppy or sawtooth. But what I can do if I really wanted to have, oh, I missed this part. Let's get this part. What I can do if I really want this to be clean is I can store a history save state, right? Click on that. And now I can go to polish by features. Why is this on? Okay. Oh, there's my auto groups. It was covered the whole time. All right, so I can go to polish by features. Let's turn off the poly paint so you can see and zoom in a little bit. And I will, yeah. And now I can go polish by features. See how clean that is? Like if I really wanted that to be super clean, that's how I can do it. It kind of relaxes those polygons to straighten it out. According to the groups. And now, say, when I did that, it softened, right? So I would just hit project history with the geometry turned on, and it brings back the detail in my neck tendons. All right, so that's how I could do that. All right, this neck is all kinds of crazy, that poly group, so maybe I'll make a new group for that. Actually, let's do some more sculpting, because I don't think I've sculpted anything all day. You guys didn't come to see me mess around in Maya. I realize he doesn't have a tongue either. He needs a tongue. Should give him one. Chest. Let's give him a tongue real quick. I can't look at him without a tongue. Append, a sphere. It's a huge sphere. Where's my guy? Solo's not turned on. Why is it doing that? Okay, confused. Let's unify the sphere. Maybe that'll help. Go to geometry, deformation. Where is it? Sec. Deformation, unify. Frame. Tool. I'm gonna have to restart ZBrush. Something is happening where I'm losing my it's soloed, even though it's not soloed. So let me save this. Save this one. Save. Save, yes. Yes. Save this guy because I don't know if I did anything to save him before I lost it. Yeah, look, everything is soloed out, whether it's on or not. It's so weird. Save this guy, yes. I'll do a quick save and then I'll restart. You might just want to say hello. Oh, Ian, what's going on, dude? IR Sculpts was also a guest on our Stylist League show. You can go back if you click on the link above for Linktree, and click on the YouTube for Stylist League. You can see all of our previous shows and guests. I think we're at like 45 now with Anna Carolina tomorrow. So that's fun. Let's see, what shortcut you use switch between the polygroups auto masking? Oh, there am I. Oh, I put it on my desktop, on my interface. I have auto groups down here, and I just switch back and forth doing that. All right, let me quit and restart. Close all windows. Yes, no. Okay, let's hide this. Restart ZBrush. Hopefully that'll fix my problem. Yes, it's for a 3D print, Ron. Sorry, I know I'm answering super late. I'm hanging with you, Mike. Learn Ram. Hey, thanks, man. There's that. Stolo says this whole thing is going to be nuts. I want a chance to own it live and in color. Yeah, hey, you know what? When I print this thing, it's going to be huge. Huge. So, might be able to break you off the print. All right, let's see, load. Pose 1. So weird. I lost my polygroup color. You know what? That's because that is from a material that I don't have in my startup. So let me get that material back. It's my metals, and it is worn silver. Ah, crap. Wait, I'm on the wrong one. This is worn silver. Material, color fill. There it is. Now I go back to my regular. Stop it. Go back to my. I hate that PureRef is always covering the thing. It's always covering the thing I want not covered. All right. So that's cool. I have my sphere here, which is going to be his tongue. And I can see everything, which is nice. Very nice. All right, I'm going to keep this in symmetry for a minute because I want to sculpt that tongue. And then I can take it out of symmetry. All right, I'm also going to ZRemesh this because I do not need this much topology. But before I do, let's do this. Solo this. Solo this. Just getting that center line there, the tongue. Let's build up the bottom. I did all this for the anti-venom tutorial, which was fun actually because the tongue is like super long. So if you wanna, oops, turn on symmetry. If you wanna see that, pick up the toot for real, you guys. All right, I'm gonna mirror this and mirror and weld. There you go. It's close enough. Okay. I have a feeling my headphones are gonna die on me in a minute here, but it's okay. Oops, stop it. Get out of here. All right, now I'll ZRemesh this. I'll just do half ZRemesh. All right, cool. So that's pretty close to what I want. Now I can just take this thing and take it out of symmetry. Actually, I should save it because none of my guys have tongues. So let's save the tongue. Let's see, clone. Make sure I have symmetry turned off. X, I do. Transparent. As I mentioned earlier, I have some free time on my hands right now. I'm in between projects, so I have slots open for my mentoring. If anybody is interested in that, if you go to the link tree above and click on that, type it in. There's a link that you can click on that you can inquire about mentoring. So I would love to have some more students. I have some slots open for the rest of the month and for next month as well. So hit me up and we can talk about sculpting, anatomy, 2D printing, 2D painting as well. I'm also an illustrator if you are interested in illustration. You know, hit me up about that also. I'll put it on the bottom of his mouth. Just give this a little more, a few more subdivisions, get some detail in here that nobody's gonna see, but I'll know it's there, so I'm doing it. Nobody's gonna see the bottom of his tongue. Mike, what are you doing? I don't know. I have to do it. My ADHD won't let me not do this, you guys. Don't judge me. You never know when you could need a good sculpted tongue. That's all I'm saying. Turn on backface mask so I don't mess up the bottom, or the top rather. All right, good enough. Good enough tongue. Maybe let's add some noise to it. Why not? Let's see, surface, noise. Let's frame it up. There's some good noise and say, okay. All right. You know what I don't want? I don't want the color. I just want the noise. So let's turn off color blend. Maybe let's make the noise a little smaller and put it in a little less, like that. Right, that looks like a tongue to me, you guys. All right, let's give it some color. Color fill. Back to my dude, turn on the colors for them, him. Ah! There you go. You know, it's not a zombie until he has a tongue. That's all I'm saying to you guys. All right, let's see what I missed. Yeah, break out your Mixamo skills, Bradley. Ram's starting stuff. All right, what are you doing, Mike? Just joined. Hey, genius. I am working on some Reanimin from Invincible. So if I bring back my dude here and turn on this thing, I got this guy that is going to be one of the guys that is attacking Invincible. So there's going to be a lot of them, and they're all going to have different costumes on. And that will make the base for my 3D print, which is going to be about a quarter scale. So it's going to be big. It's going to be pretty big. Let's turn on some. There you go. Okay. So that's what this guy is. He's just like a zombie dude. And I need to fix some problematic areas on him. This is the guy I want. Right here. This dude is killing it. Oh, Mad Maxie. Visibility is off. Did I turn off the visibility before? I had solo turned off. I don't know. Love the Alan Alien. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Oh man, let me show you these renders real quick. I got some new renders for Alan. Somewhere in here. So I have, that's old. Let's open it. Open desktop. This one. This one. This is old. See, this is why naming conventions are important. They're very important. File, open. Desktop. Oh, here it is. All right, so I have this one, right, where I got the tentacle all kind of finished, and I'm working on the face. So that's getting there. I got to get the feet and the hands done, and then I will be close to being ready to print. And what's the other one? What did I just have? And then I have this. I did some poly painting in ZBrush and was able to get some texturing done. So if I can get some light in there. There you go. So it's getting there for that guy. But we're getting there. Let's go back to, I got too many things open, I know that much. So what I find when I'm doing this is these are all supposed to be invincible from different dimensions or whatever, like realities, like the multiverse type deal. And what I found is that when I sculpt, I kind of tend to, you know, my default is these big burly guys. So once I get the muscles figured out, I'll probably make the volume smaller. Like I don't want him to feel like he's not Alan. He's you know, Mark. So he can't be too Diesel. But at the same time, I mean, later on in the comic book, he does get pretty strong. So he's not like the same teeny 15-year-old kid from the TV show. And because these guys are kind of zombie-like, they have real pronounced cheekbones. Like they look like they're sunken in. I kind of want him to have like a Stallone type of a thing going on when he's screaming here. Adrian! So he has his mask on too, so I'm just kind of drawing that line in. I don't want this mesh to get too thin over here. Looks like I kind of pushed it in too far. I'm printing, that would just be a nightmare, so better to make sure it's all good. I saved a version of, oh, the Z intensity. Saved a version of my smooth brush that I meant to replace this one with, because it's just too strong when I restart ZBrush, so I just need to make sure that I have that set by default. Using the H polish on some of these areas that just got a little too pillowy for me. I don't really like that. Sticks export tools. I use it all the time for passing files back and forth between my irons. I'll check that out. Harper Craft Hall. Ruben, I don't know who that model is, but he looks should say, hey, thank you. Yeah, it's just a dude from Invincible. Boots on. I don't want the chest piece on. Thank you. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's the tongue. Let's call this the tongue, shall we? Not this one. Sorry guys, I know I got quiet for a minute. I'm just kind of in the zone with this. I'll look at the questions in a second. Another reason why you guys need to be tuning into Stylus League. We have a Bradley, and Bradley will check the questions as they appear. He doesn't let them get backed up like your man over here. I don't do it on purpose. Just not a good multitasker, that's all. Hey, thanks, man. Someone guide me through my thesis. I don't have much time left. I don't know what that means. I really want that. Oh, the Hulk? Yeah, I know, right? I need to finish that. Like, I know I keep saying I need to finish that. I have to finish that. I spent so much money on the silicone and the resin. 3 o'clock. What's up, Emperor of Cheese? Where's the link tree, guys? Right above. Look above. You see the... You see... Right here? Link tree. Right here. If you click on that, it has all of my socials, all the Stylus League. It has mentor stuff. It has... what is it? Anti-venom tutorial. All that stuff is all there. Let's cut this off. So let's cut off that. Oops. Wait a minute, I thought I was on the gums. I'm not on the gums. Do I have 2 sets of gums? That's why. I have 2 sets of gums. Teeth? No, I don't. Oh, that's the inside of his mouth. Aha, I see what I did there. I see what I did there. What is that? That is his mouth bag. Didn't mean to do all that. Okay. All right, what did I miss? Maybe it's a healthy tongue. How do you do your textures on the skin? I'll show you. So when I actually start to do the skin for him, I mean, he only has a little bit of skin, but I can show you on this guy, actually. Let's get Alan back. So, see, I'll load. ZBrush. Date. What are we on now? What month is it? Sold. Here it is. I know one thing, if I didn't save that texture on the damn snake, I'm going to be very upset. I spent a long time texturing that snake, and this is not... Oh no. I'm going to be real upset if I lost all that. Oh my gosh. I keep calling it a snake too, it's a tentacle. It's not a snake. Alright, anyway. This is why it pays to be organized, you guys. And apparently I am not organized today. So let's isolate just his head. Let's turn off the base. The hands, the belt, the body, and the feet. Actually, let's get rid of the shirt too. All right, So for this, what I did is, let's turn off the color. Poly painting helps a lot, right? So let's turn on, let's see, I will, let's do this. Go to flat color, turn on the poly paint. All right, so here's my poly paint, right? And like it really helps. As you can see, I did a mask by cavity after I did my skin pores. And then I also went and did like a lot of like little veiny colors in here to break up the cheeks. And all that, right? Gave him some pimples and all kinds of stuff. I was like, look, man, I want this guy to feel pretty good. So I think I have a layer where I don't have the skin texture because I wanted to make sure in case I messed it up, I could get rid of it. So if we go to layers, yeah, I got a lot of layers, right? So let's turn off some of these and see what happens. Turn off that. Yeah, so there's my scar. I was like, let's see what he looks like with a scar on his face. So I have, let's go back down to layers. So I have the scar, right? Turn that off. I have some of the sculpting details that I went in and did some stuff. Fixed his eye. Like I felt like his eye needed to be a little less symmetrical. It's hard to do cyclopses. Hard to do a cyclops because it's easy to make them look corny, right? So I went and did I just wanted to make him feel a little less symmetrical. Not a lot. All right, so turn that off. Here's where I start to have some of my, I think I modified the jaw a little bit. This, some of the skin pores I added in here. Turn that off and then turn this off. All right, so this is like my base layer where, you know, I just wanted to break it up a little bit. If I cut this off, now I have my original sculpt. Okay, so this is nothing. And I actually was watching on YouTube, really good artist. I'm trying to get him to come on Style This Leak when he has time, but a guy named Jay Hill is amazing at just lifelike people. He did a Thanos, he did this girl from Cyberpunk. If you have been on YouTube at all and you type in Jay Hill, he's a beast. So I kind of learned, you know, looked at some of what he was doing and applied it to what I already was doing. You know, I you know, kind of borged it a little bit, added his collective to my own. And first I just added a noise pattern. Let's go and do it to the other dude. I'll just do it while I'm showing you, actually. So for him, there's not a whole lot of face here. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. See, I pushed the jaw through the, oops. Yeah, I pushed his inner jaw through the face. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't have to do that. All right. So let's go back and turn on color so I can see where his skin is. Yeah, and you can see that now that I've done some cleanup on the sculpt, I can poly paint this and fix it. So let's just do that real quick. And when I was doing Alan, and I guess what I'm going to do for the Invincibles and the Reanimant and the Invincible, is I always kind of just poly paint my my suit detail, and then I'll go in and add the you you know, I'll add the actual geometry, the hard surfacey stuff to make it look like actual panels and, you know, layers of gear. But this way just kind of helps me see what I'm doing. Right, and now, actually, let's get the inside of his mouth a little more. Wow, I want to have some blue in his lips. Maybe not that much. All right. That's good enough for now. Right, and I can see where my face is, and that's going to have my detail. So now let's kind of group that so I can split it off. Right, and I don't want the inside of his mouth, obviously, to get skin texture. Okay, so let's group that. I got a little bit of the inside of the mouth anyway, but I don't care. It's all right. All right, cool. So this is kind of what I'm going to be doing here. Let's mask it. Let's actually mask just that part. Soften the mask a little bit. All right, let's hide everything I don't need. Don't do that. I'm going to hide my mask. And turn off solo so I can see his helmet. Right. So, like, this isn't even done being sculpted yet, right? So I probably, I probably would not add skin pores at this point. However, because I'm just showing you how I did it, I will. Let's go over to layers. I will make a new layer. All right. And then the first thing that I want to do here, if I solo this out, you can see it a little better. First thing I want to do is just add some surface noise. So I'm just going to go to surface, click on noise, let's frame him up. The scale of this noise is crazy. It's too big, right? So let's scale it down. I also don't want color to affect the noise. You know what? It'd be easier to do this without any color at all. So let's turn off the color and do it again. Probably going to want to have some more subdivisions in here too. So This is 2.7. You know, a way to get around this, because he only has his skin kind of in that area, is to split off the face from his mask. Let's do that. I'm going to do that, because then I can subdivide the crap out of this thing and it's not going to matter. All right, so I will take this guy. Now this is going to mess up my UVs. However, I need to make new ones anyway, because I think I merged his legs to his knees to his body. All right, so let's clone this guy. Frame him up. Let's get rid of Alan. He's in the way. I want to copy the color. I want to duplicate this. Then I want to split his... Now, I have layers here. That's why it's doing this. So let's get rid of layers. Layers and poly paint are natural enemies. Let's delete this. Delete, delete, delete. All right. Okay, so now what I want to do is grab his face, his mouth bag here, and I'm going to split these parts off, but I can't do it while I have subdivisions. So let's delete lower. It's not going to matter because I have to re-topologize him anyway. So I'll delete lower and I'll close holes. Let's make the yellow color the thing here. Close the hole. So wait, what did I do? I didn't do that right. Split hidden is what I want to do first. Split hidden. There you go. Now close holes. Close holes. Boom. So now I have just his mask, and I can make this like seriously clean, right? So it's all good. In fact, I'm going to use Sculptors Pro. First thing, I will fill this with only yellow color. Fill yellow. I want a nice clean edge here, so I will use my Sculptors Pro and kind of smooth this out. All right, and then I can detail it later. Make my brush a little smaller. Color fill with yellow. For whatever reason, it's not. Oh, because I don't have my RGB intensity at 100% color fill. There you go. So now I have a good mask. And I'll do the same thing with his face. Now, because I have that mouth bag, it's going to do something weird at first. Just don't worry about it. Don't be scared. All right, now we have that. Let's go back to his face. I'm going to hide the inside. And let's just fill this color out here. The skin tone. I'll just say fill. Color fill. Why is it not doing that? Do I have layers on this? I don't. RGB is at 100%. Color fill. Okay, there you go. All right. So now I should have a polygon. I should have a. All right. Now what happened? You see this? It did this thing where it kind of messed up my poly groups. Glad I caught it now. Because what I can do is I can just remake. Come on. W. What I can do is I can just make a new one. All right. Okay. So there you go. Now I can split that mouth open some more if I want to and separate it from the top. If I want to detail the top, I can. It's not exactly even. Maybe like that. Okay. W. All right, cool. So there we have that. We have 3 poly groups now. So now I can close holes. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh man, you just messed up the inside of the mouth. Don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll hide everything but this and mask it. Before I do that though, I'm going to add an edge loop to this part. Let's say edge loop. Oh, no, not that part. To this part. Because I don't want to lose my poly groups. So now I have the edge loop. You can't see it, but it's there right on the edge. Again, shout out to Daniel Bell. This is his technique, right? So now I'm going to isolate this, mask it. Then I'll invert the mask. Kind of center up my gizmo. And just pull it back. Right, now I have that mouth bag again. And I have the inside of what's going to go inside of the mask. Right? And if I center the gizmo, I can even shrink this up a little bit. So it should terminate inside of the mask and we should be okay, right? I now can grab just this part here, the blue part, and hit polish features a few times, maybe open the circle and hit polish features. Like that. All right, so now I'm good to go. I should have a face and I should have the mask. We go back and turn on everything. Okay, there you go. Now the reason it's doing that is because I have the other one turned on. So to hide that, now we have a clean inside of the face. Now, what you might be saying to yourself is, okay, well, the mask is screwing up the inside of the mouth. And you would be right. So let's do the same thing we just did for the mask. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just grab this part. Right, and I can even just, well, I was going to say I could just delete it, but I'll just push it back. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so now when it comes to the face, I can subdivide it to my heart's content, and I don't have to worry about having to subdivide everything on the whole body and just making this thing like ridiculously dense. All right, you can see that the face is still kind of, the edge is not great. So what I'll do now is I'll grab the face itself and just push that into the mask part, and it'll be nice and clean. Right, I have the helmet is going to go over top of some of these areas anyway, so it's going to be good. Trust me, believe me. Right, now it's clean. All right, so now that I like that, what I can do is I will take this face part. I can really, I mean, if I wanted to be real cheap with the topo here, I could delete this whole outside, right? Which I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to. Just saying. All right, just go and smooth this edge a little bit. All right, and divide one more time. Okay, now I'm at 400,000. If I had done it with the whole body, I'd probably be at like 12, 15 million. So I don't want it to be that big, that deep. I could even divide it one more time, divide again. All right, now I'm 1.6 million, that's fine. So I'm going to mask just the skin, the outside. All right, let's step down a little bit. Smooth this mask some. Okay, let's hide the mask. How am I doing on time? I'm still good. Masking, you mask. All right. And now step back up in my subdivision levels. And another thing I want to do is turn off this bounce light because it's making it hard to see what's going on. Let's turn that off. Center up my light. There you go. And let's hide the color. Just make it gray. And I'm going to do a quick save because I can't even remember the last time I've saved. Let's see. It would be cool if you had a chunk of the tongue missing. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of these guys, so believe me, some will be really kind of gnarly. What's up, B? Yeah, J-Hill is definitely the dude. Does Polypaint have layers in ZBrush like in Photoshop? No, it does not. I wish you could. You can use the layer system for Polypaint too. You need to show me how to do it successfully. I can fill, but if I try to Polypaint with layers, it never works out for me. So if you can point me to a video where it works, I would love to see that. Thanks, great ninja cuts. You making an evil speedster? No, it's a dude from Invincible. It's this guy from Invincible. One of these Reanimen. All right. All right, so now we have the face is isolated. Now, if I want to start to get some skin pores on it, again, I would not do this until I really had the sculpt finished, and I also had some lower subdivision levels, just to clean up areas, right? But I'll just show you what I do. Let's go over to noise, surface noise. Let's frame this guy up. Turn down the, let's turn down the scale. And turn off the color blend. All right. I just want to break it up a little bit. All right, so maybe something like this. Oops, frame. Say okay. All right. Now, really, what I should have done first was make a layer. But because I really didn't do anything other than turn on noise, which I could turn off, let's go and make a new layer. Layer. Add. All right. And now I'll do a new one, and I'll turn on that surface noise. All right, there's my surface noise. And the good thing about this being a layer is that I can, if I was to commit this, which let's just commit it to the mesh and see what happens, apply to mesh. All right, it's just enough to break it up. That's all I want. I don't want it to be like really heavy or anything. But now that I have that, I have noise patterns, noise textures, brushes rather, that I have purchased from different sources, right? Let's go back to the Allen piece. So I have some reference for this. Actually, it'd be easier if I just put it on here. Let's do that. All right, so we'll take this. Did my brush? Oh, you know what? No. My mouse is working. My middle mouse stopped working for some reason. That's weird. That's why it wasn't working in Maya. Really? Bird? I have no middle mouse. Ah, that explains a lot. All right, whatever. Let's go back over here. Need that middle mouse, you guys. All right. So then once I have this, now what I could do is I could go back to my layer, right? Make a new one. I'm going to go back to the one that just has the surface noise on it, and I'm going to turn it down a little bit. This one, turn it down. All right, just a little bit. Go back to this guy and hit record. Now, for whatever reason, it turned on my color. I don't really want that on. Let's turn that off. Right, and now I can go to my skin brushes. Let's go to brush. This skin. All right, so this is a Flip Normals brush pack that I got. And the reason I like this so much is it kind of reminds you of where everything goes, right? So like if I want to do his chin, I look at the little picture and there's a guy that's got a chin piece here. So what I can do now is start to add some of, let's hide everything other than the face, actually. So what I can do now is I can just drag out some of that noise pattern or skin texture for the chin. Right? He's got a big old bolt in his chin. That's why there's a divot there. Okay. And that's all there is for this one, right? So then I would just go and look for another one. Let's do maybe his cheeks and the temple. Well, he doesn't have a temple, but like his, and he doesn't have a cheek really. Let's do a little bit. Let's see. Like I really like these. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen, but this is all I did, right? Just went in here and kind of looked at the appropriate areas and pulled them out and then moved on to whatever the next brush is. So like this piece here goes around the whole like 5 o'clock shadow area. So now I can come in and add this in here. I like that by using the different skin textures, and maybe I might even want to turn this intensity up a little bit. Yeah, maybe not that much. By using the different skin textures, you can really break this guy up and make him feel more like almost like a scan than or an actual person rather than if you're just, you know, using the same thing everywhere. And because I'm doing it on layers, I can either turn it up or down. So if I want to take this into Substance Painter, maybe, or do a render in, you know, I don't know, Redshift or Toolbag or something, I can turn down some of this surface texture if it's too much. Or if I want to 3D print it, I can go into that layer and I can either turn it all the way up, or I can do a duplicate it and overlay it and have even more, right? So you can see that spending relatively little time on this. Now, if I really had my stuff together and was, you know, sculpting in the details the way I did on this Allen, it would look a little better, you know. I could even come in later, but now I don't want to do it until I make a new layer, right? Because I just want this to be the pores, right? So now I would go back to my layers and make a new one. And now I can start to go in and really, you know, go ham with the damn standard brush. Get some details in here. I want to really make the top of his mouth look real gnarly. So I'll probably do that at some point. Is this not? Oh, it's masked. Aha, it's masked. All right. So you can kind of, you know, by going back and forth between adding fat folds and creases and all that other stuff, you know, fatty deposits on the face, you can really, and then going back to your skin texture and putting it on there, you can really get some good looks. I wonder, let me see something. I wonder if I bring this up, if the skin texture will be on top of it. Let's see. Put that on. Nah, but I mean, it's easy enough just to pull it out again. All right, so then I would just put more of that skin texture on top. Then I can take this whole face and copy it, copy. Go back to my good version of this dude and paste. Oh, it's saving. Let's see what I missed. And I have a link for the facial skin brush. Go to flippednormals.com and that's where I got it. Flipped Normals. They have a lot of great stuff. All right. Okay, so let's call this face. And do I still have my color on there? I still have my color, yes. Go get the body. Copy this. Come back over to this guy, turn off this body and paste. Okay. Is this the right one? No. Yes, that is right. That is right. That is off. There you go. All right, so now if we zoom in, right, we kind of have what we want here. And I can easily now, because the face, the mask is separated from the rest of the body, I can go in and detail, you know, detail this to look like it's, you know, actually on top of his skin. Now, because this guy is, did I get rid of my lower subdivision levels? Let me see. Yeah, so because I got rid of this guy's subdivision levels, it's not deforming the way I want when I sculpt. So like now would be the time when I would probably take this and do a ZRemesh. Let me save him real quick. Save. Save, yes, yes. All right, and clone. Luckily, I still have all my poly groups. All right, I have my color here. And let's do this. Duplicate. And I want to ZRemesh this guy. Yeah, definitely, Robert. Still doing stuff with Corel Painter. In fact, I'm about to do a promotional piece with Corel and Intel. About to do some stuff with those guys. Corel, Intel, and Wacom, actually. What printer do you use? What layer height, printing process? Yeah, so I haven't 3D printed something in so long that I don't remember all my settings, but I am using the Anycubic Photon Mono X back there. And on the other side, I have my Wash and Cure. The Wash and Cure. So that's the printer. Solo. Okay. So not bad. Not too bad, actually. It's actually not too bad. All right, let's see if I can get a half out of this. Project the details back. Yes. All right, and see if I can have this one more time. You do anything special relating to fumes with resin printers? Yeah, I use plant-based resin from Anycubic. It's called Eco UV resin. All right, so this is, all right, it's doing a weird thing here, but I think if I just smooth and reproject the details, I'll be okay. Sometimes it acts, oh, I forgot that I did this thing with the chest. That's probably not good. Let's put that back. And let's project the details and say same, project. ZRemesh, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's better. Better. All right, so that's looking okay. I don't like what's happening here. That's a bummer. All right, let's do this. Now, sometimes the way I fix these things, like I had to do this a lot with the Darth Maul and Ahsoka piece, was do Sculptris Pro, like use Sculptris Pro to fix some of these areas that just get weird. So what I'll do is smooth that a little. Go to my skip. Oh, turn off backface mask. Let's get damn standard. And now I can cut this in. Let's do it so I can see it. If I can cut in this area and then do a ZRemesh, it should fix the problem. And then I can just fix the rest of it that got kind of wonky. I definitely want to be able to bend or detail this bend in his leg. So cut that in nice and deep. Shane Olson showed me the whole damn standard ZRemesh trick. You cut that detail in nice and deep, and then you run the ZRemesh, you get some really nice results. This one is not so bad, actually. But maybe I'll cut it in a little more here. Oops, so I can actually see what I'm doing here. All right, are there any other areas like that? No, I think that looks okay. Arms are looking okay, hands are okay. Maybe here. And then I just ZRemesh this sucker one more time. Let's say half. Also, first I want to save the sculpting state and hit ZRemesh. Oh, that's cool, Arkham Red. The charcoal absorbers. I was looking at those. Uncle Jesse had those on. He was using them with the. Who makes a Saturn? Elegoo. He was using the Elegoo, Mars, and Saturn with the charcoal filters, and I saw that they actually plug in. So I'd be interested to see if I could use those with Anycubic, actually. If I can, 100% I'll try them. All right, yeah. So every once in a while, like I said, for whatever reason, I get this kind of rogue polygon here that doesn't belong. I guess that's from Sculptors Pro. It just does it sometimes. So if you get rid of those, you don't get these weird artifacts that happen sometimes. And this is a little messy, but if I hit half and do it again, I bet you it'll look fine. Project history. Say half, maybe I'll turn up smooth groups a little bit, and ZRemesh. There you go. There you go. Well, shit. Sorry. Shoot. Let's use Sculptors Pro again. Sculptors Pro to the rescue. I can't talk. All right, let's do that. Try this one more time. ZRemesh. Let's try it again. See what happens. How about, let's do this. Oops. Let's do, turn off smooth groups. Let's do same. Now ZRemesh, see what happens. This is really nothing to stress out about. Like, I don't know. Oh, wait. I see what's happening. This is, let's do this. W. Actually, you know what? I'm tripping. I'm not going to do it that way. Let's do it this way. I will do it this way. Slice curve. Look at that. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. All right, let's do a slice curve. Can I? How about this? How about this? I know what to do now. I know what to do. I'm gonna go back to here. Okay, show you. I'm gonna solve this on my way out. I can't not do this before I leave. Cancel. Okay. All right. Bet you it'll work now. He was trying to separate those groups and it was acting like it didn't want to work, but it will work now. I have faith. ZRemesh, please. Project history. All right, whatever. It's close. It's close enough. What do you want from me, you guys, for a free show? Oh my God, look at that. That's not good. So this is the thing. ZRemesh can do amazing things. Most of the time, it takes some fiddling with to get it right. Sometimes first shot, perfect. So I'll chalk this up to the guy's mowing the lawn. I guess that means I gotta get out of here. I'll chalk this up to user error, actually. Oh, there you go. I'm not chalking it up to anything. I'm great. I knew I'd get it. There it is. Boom. Take that, everyone. All right. Unless I was doing the wrong leg. I was doing the wrong leg. Whatever. All right. You guys have a good one. I will see you next time. Sorry about this noise. Okay, I'm out. See you guys.